The people that I'm referring to as the bully is not my neighbor that wrote me the messages, okay? I know it sounds like absolutely crazy. These people that I'm talking about, this one person, two people in particular, they're the bullies. And as much as they do this stuff that I can see and I witness and I know this very well because this is not the first time that I've witnessed something like this. Um, and I just sit back and I watch it and I tell Rob the same thing, just sit back and watch it because it's all going to unfold the way it's supposed to, right? It will. I know that. It always does. These people that do this that I'm watching do this now because they're guilty of what they've done. One person in particular, not two. Well, I guess it's a pair. Um, they do this to him too. So that's why I'm even more concerned and it like irritates me because as much as I'm watching it now, they've done this to him so many times and they take advantage and they use and abuse not just him, but other people constantly. Okay. And he knows this. And so the fact that he went back into the fire, right? This is not the first time that he's done this, where, he's not talking to them and then he goes over there. He does this to everybody. Um, it depends on his mood. Whatever. I'm trying to get to a point here. They take advantage of him the most, all right? Because he's a little off. So they take advantage of him to the max. And they're using him as a tactic. They're luring him in as a weapon of some sort. And they're switching him up. It's his choice though, right? It's his choice to put himself there. And he's doing it. And the only reason he's doing it is because he's on the shit, like I just said before in my other video. So I just wanted to clarify that. I wanted to elaborate on some of these things that I was talking about in my previous video because I was so all over the place. I ramble on and I get off topic and all this other crazy stuff. But that's what I was saying. I talk too quick and my mind moves too quick. And I try to get everything out at one time and I can't, it doesn't make sense. But that's like the bottom line. So they use and abuse multiple people. I mean, and now they're doing it to him, which they've done so many times in the past. And that's what I'm talking about in my other video when I say they do this right in front of your face. So this bully is using victim shaming by keeping the victim quiet, right? I don't give a shit though. You can do whatever you want, and I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch you do it because it's not worth my minds, right? I don't care. I see through everything. I see through everything. I see through the tactics. I see through the bullshit. You can't bullshit me. But when they do it to him, it bothers me because I do care about him. I know he's vulnerable right now. I know what he's doing that's making him vulnerable. I know he's vulnerable anyway. He's vulnerable as it is anyway. And they do it then when he's not on drugs, right? They do it to him then. And now they're really doing it to him. And on top of doing that to him and luring him in to use him as a weapon for their benefit or whatever they're doing, whatever their motive is, which isn't so clear yet, but I will find out soon. I will. They're also bullying, they're doing other things in front of me, like talking to my neighbors that they never cared about, stopping in front of my house to talk to my neighbor across the street. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? You all right? You doing okay? What the fuck are you doing? You never talk to him. You never talk to this one either across the street. You never do any of this. You never try to help these people or talk to these people. But because of this incident that I was talking about earlier in my other video that has to do with these people, they're doing this right in front of my face to make them seem like they're good people. This is not my first rodeo. That's why I know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Rob gets upset with things like this, and I'm not upset about it. That I would just want to reiterate this. I'm not upset about this. I'm sharing something that I know what's happening, and it's a real thing. So anybody else that could ever go through something like this, just know that it is a real thing. You're not crazy. And you don't have to be like Rob and say, oh my God, they're doing this and they're doing that and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Because you just have to understand, where it's coming from. It's coming from their conscience, their guilty fucking conscience. They're like beneath. We're like up here, not because we're better. We are though. Spiritually and morally, we're better. We would never do anything that they do. We would never take advantage of Carlos. We would never do anything to hurt him, okay? Ever in a million years. He was in jail for 45 days. I took care of his dog every single fucking day and changed his litter box for his cats every single fucking day. That's too much information, but I don't give a shit. Where were those people? They were nowhere to be found because they're not his friends. They're not his friends. And now since this incident that happened with me, they're trying to lure him in and they're trying to use him as a weapon. And that's fine because I just want to say, God is my witness. So is my dead father. And the truth is going to come. Okay. So like I said in my other video, if you're watching, have a good night.